Reports of sexual assaults across the country have grown since the Me Too movement blew the cover on cases of systemic harassment and abuse. For victims in rural areas, coming forward has a different set of life-altering implications. Some survivors are trying to change that, challenging the stigma that comes with reporting abuse in small country towns.
Growing up in regional South Australia, Heather Winans always dreamed of dancing on the big stage.
The music, costumes, doing her hair and makeup, and going on stage, that thrill and excitement.
But 30 years ago, her dreams were shattered when she sought help for pain in her hips and back and was raped by her chiropractor.
That was just the furthest thing from my mind. I would never ever have expected to be going into a clinic and experiencing that. In 1988, and about a month before the incident.
Heather was in the same year at school as the chiropractor's daughter and feared no one would believe her if she came forward. So she stayed silent for more than 3 decades.
I would have been labelled, and that label unfortunately would have stuck. I would have always been known as that girl.
And yet the shame Heather felt for becoming a victim in a small town remains prevalent. Experts say Heather is one of many people across regional Australia for whom the trauma of sexual assault has been compounded by the impacts of living in a small country town. And that's because survivors often feel like they're not being heard by those in the community.
You don't know anybody that can look at the situation objectively. That makes it extra tough. So there is a stigma, but there are very real barriers to getting help and getting a neutral hearing.
In 2016, Heather decided to go to the police station and report the abuse.
I would never have thought that I would be experiencing these feelings. It's been incredible, it really has. So, yeah. I really urge any victim to deal with it.
Having dealt with trauma for 30 years, she's urging anyone in similar situations to speak up and seek justice. Kelly Hughes, ABC News, the Riverland.